You deserve better than this. My best friend Emma said this across the table at our weekly brunch, her eyes full of concern and something else. Pibby. He's not cheating, he's not abusing me, he's just going through something, I said, defending my husband Caleb for what felt like the thousandth time. Going through something? Olivia, he forgot your birthday. He missed your promotion dinner. He barely talks to you. You're not in a marriage, you're in a roommate situation with someone who ignores you. She wasn't wrong about the facts, but she was wrong about what they meant. My name is Olivia, and this is the story of how my friend staged an intervention to convince me to leave my husband, and why ignoring their advice saved my marriage. Caleb and I had been married for 5 years when things started falling apart, or at least that's how it looked from the outside. He'd become distant, distracted. He'd forget plans we'd made, missed important events, come home from work exhausted and go straight to his office, door closed, for hours. When I'd try to talk to him, he'd give me one-word answers. When I'd suggest date nights, he'd say he was too tired. When I'd ask what was wrong, he'd insist everything was fine. Meanwhile, I was telling my friends about it, venting, processing, trying to figure out what was happening. He forgot my birthday, I told Emma over coffee. He missed my promotion dinner, I told my friend group chat. We haven't had sex in 2 months, I confided to my coworker, Rachel. Each statement on its own sounded bad. Collectively, they painted a picture of a man who checked out of his marriage, a man who didn't care, a man I should leave. My friends started saying it out loud. You don't have to stay in a dead marriage. Life's too short to be with someone who doesn't appreciate you. If he's not meeting your needs, find someone who will. At first, I pushed back. It's just a rough patch. All marriages have them. But as weeks turned into months, even I started to wonder, was I holding on to something already gone? Was I just too scared to admit my marriage was over? Before I continue, please subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me share more stories like this. The intervention happened on a Saturday afternoon. Emma invited me over for what I thought was a casual hangout. Instead, I walked into my entire friend group sitting in her living room with serious faces. "What's going on?" I asked in Caleb. "We need to talk to you about Caleb," Emma said gently. My stomach dropped. For the next hour, they laid out their case, a list of every complaint I'd made over the past 6 months, every missed dinner, forgotten occasion, distant conversation. They'd been keeping track. "We love you, Emma," said Rachel, "and we can't watch you waste your life on someone who doesn't appreciate you." "You're not happy," another friend added. "We can see it. You're not the same person you were a year ago." "We think you should leave him," Emma concluded, "or at minimum, separate. Give yourself space to remember who you are without him." I sat there, stunned. "You want me to leave my husband because we're going through a hard time?" "It's been 6 months, Liv. This isn't a hard time. This is who he is now." "You don't know that." "Or," Emma said softly, "he's showing you exactly who he is, and you're making excuses." I left Emma's house angry, hurt, defensive, but also doubting. What if they were right? What if I was being naive? That night, I did something I should have done months ago. Instead of venting to my friends or crying alone in the bedroom, I confronted Caleb directly. "We need to talk, really talk. No, I'm fine or everything's okay. I need the truth." He looked up from his laptop and I saw something in his face. Fear. "Caleb, what's going on? And don't say nothing. You've been a ghost for 6 months. You missed my birthday, my promotion dinner. We barely speak. I need to know, are you done with this marriage? Because if you are, just tell me." He closed his laptop slowly. His hands were shaking. "I'm not done," he said quietly. "I'm drowning." "What?" 6 months ago, my company started layoffs. My department was restructured. I went from managing a team to being on probation, basically. I've been terrified I'm going to lose my job. And if I lose my job, we lose the house, our insurance, everything. I stared at him. "Why didn't you tell me?" Because I'm supposed to be the provider, I'm supposed to have it together, and admitting I might fail, that I might not be able to take care of us, that felt like admitting I was failing as a husband. He was crying now, actually crying. Every day I go to work wondering if it's my last day. Every email from my boss makes my heart race. I come home and lock myself in the office because I'm sending out resumes, doing extra work to prove I'm valuable, trying to keep us afloat. And I couldn't tell you because I was ashamed. Caleb, your birthday. God, Liv, I knew it was coming. I had it in my calendar, but that day I got called into a meeting where they eliminated 2 people on my team, and I just went blank. Everything else disappeared. All I could think was, I might be next. He covered his face with his hands. The promotion dinner, same thing. I was in back-to-back meetings trying to save my position. By the time I realized what time it was, you'd already left. You should have called, texted, something. I know, but I was in survival mode, and I convinced myself you'd understand if I just got through this. If I just saved my job, everything would go back to normal. I sat down next to him. Why didn't you just tell me what was happening? Because you were so happy about your promotion. You were thriving, and I was falling apart. I didn't want to burden you with my failure. You're not a failure. You're going through something hard. That's what marriage is for, going through hard things together. I thought I could handle it alone. You can't. Nobody can. The next few weeks were different. Caleb started talking to me. Really talking about the stress, the fear, the shame of possibly losing his job. We made a plan, updated our budget in case layoffs happened, started building an emergency fund. I took on more hours at my job, not to carry us, but to ease the pressure on him. He started therapy to deal with the anxiety that had been eating him alive. We started couples counseling to rebuild communication patterns we'd broken. And slowly, Caleb came back. Not all at once, but piece by piece. He remembered our anniversary, made me dinner, apologized again for the birthday and promotion dinner, but this time with the context of what had been happening. I'm not making excuses, he said. I hurt you, but I want you to understand why, and I want to do better. And he did. He started being present again, talking, planning, engaging. 3 months later, Caleb got a job offer from a competing company. Better position, better pay, better security. The crisis that had been drowning him was over, and our marriage, stronger than ever. I told Emma what happened. She listened quietly. I'm glad you're happy, but you have to understand, based on what you told us, we genuinely thought you were in a dying marriage. I know, and I get why you thought that. You only told us the bad stuff, the missed events, the distance. You never mentioned he was terrified of losing his job, that he was in survival mode. She had a point. I'd been venting without context, sharing only the ways Caleb was failing without explaining the why. We thought we were saving you from wasting years on someone who'd checked out. Turns out, he hadn't checked out. He was just drowning and didn't know how to ask for help. I should have dug deeper earlier, I admitted, should have forced the conversation months sooner, but I'm glad I didn't give up on him. Me too. And she meant it. Not all my friendships survived. Rachel thought I was making excuses for Caleb, said I was trauma bonded and couldn't see I was in a bad situation. She stopped inviting me to things. We don't talk anymore. A few other friends faded away too. They'd invested in the narrative of me leaving my husband, and when I stayed, they couldn't reconcile it. But Emma stayed, and a few others who understood that marriage is complicated, that rough patches aren't always death sentences, that sometimes the person you married is still in there, just temporarily buried under crisis. Caleb and I are coming up on 7 years now. We're not perfect. We still have arguments, stressful days, moments of disconnect. But we learned something crucial. Communication can't happen if one person is hiding their struggles out of shame. And I learned something too. External observers only see what you show them. My friends saw a man who forgot important dates. They didn't see a man paralyzed by fear of losing his family. They saw distance. They didn't see shame and anxiety. They saw a dying marriage. They didn't see two people who just needed to start talking honestly. I don't regret that my friends cared enough to intervene. I'm lucky to have people who love me enough to worry. But I'm glad I didn't listen, because my marriage wasn't dying. It was just going through the hardest season of our lives, and we came out the other side together. If this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing to this channel. Every subscriber helps me share more meaningful stories like this. Thank you so much for being here.